Hi, my name is Amelie Schaefer. I'm with Systematic Excellence Consulting, and this is the ClickUp Master YouTube channel. And today I'm going to continue my series as I review all of the templates that ClickUp provides for free with your account. So the one I'm going to do today is the CRM template. And to get it into your account, you're going to go over to templates and the space, and we're going to add a folder. So click on new folder, and I'm going to call this CRM number 2. Wait, sorry, forgot. First, we got to go to templates. And then we're going to click on community. And we're going to click on CRM. And this tells you the different status group and the different view types that are included. So if you click on this, you can see it's the list view, calendar view, doc view, and then the different status groups. And you can hover over that to see that. And we are going to go ahead and click Use Template. And again, I'm going to call this CRM2. And we want to import everything. You can customize what you import, but I want to import everything. I want to remap the due dates, and I want to make today the start date. I'm going to skip weekends. And we want to import all tasks as open. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Use Template. Okay, so now it's creating the folder. And there we have it. So in this template, it's a folder and it has one list. So in the folder view, you can see here that it's showing all tasks as unqualified prospects. Now, if we want to see all the statuses that are available, we would go to show. So this is how I typically get it set up. And then I go ahead and flip it over. And they have one filter set for show all statuses. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save on that. Now, what they also have is account details. So they have a separate list broken down with all of the prospects and then the account details. Now, these come from custom fields that they have. So if I click this open, you can see the different custom fields that they have set up. And if you want to edit these, you can remove, you can add or edit fields by clicking here. You can make some, you can edit the name, you can pin some to the top, you can make them required. You do need to have the business account in order to do that. And this is saying that it's shown to guests. So you can edit any one of these. So, you know, if the segment, if this isn't right, then you can change the name of it, you can change the colors, and you can change what the options are. But I'm not going to change any of them. I'm going to leave it the same. And again, it's the same thing for each of these. If you know, the opportunity, if you want to call it, you know, budget or something else, and then whatever currencies it is in, you can change that. So these custom fields, you can add more, or you can even include some existing fields that that you have in your account. Okay, so I'm going to leave them how they are, and then I just wanted to show them to you. And then if you need to edit any of these, you can just click in this and change them, you know, for however you need to. So obviously, like the next step date, that's out of date. We would want to update that, but obviously, starting with this, I would go, the first thing I would do is once you get it in, I'd go through the custom fields and make sure that they apply to your business and they make sense. Is that the information you want to see? I'd edit all of those. Then I would delete the tasks that are in here and I would add your own current clients or prospects. Now, this is just showing the unqualified. It's not showing all of them. So if you do want to see all of them, again, just like I did before, you go to empty spaces so you can see all of the statuses, and then you can organize it that way. If you don't want to do that, then you don't have to. That's fine. So then the other list that they have is closed deals. So right now there's no closed deals in here, so it's not going to show up for that. But if you had closed deals, then this filter would show that. So you can see that they have the filter where it says status is closed. So once you have closed, or they put in brackets 1, then you would have that. So back to the main list here. This is showing the due dates, the account size, and you don't have to have all of these showing if you don't want to. You can hide them if you wanted to hide a column because you don't want to see it, then you can do that. If you want to add a column, then you can, click on, maybe you want the opportunity to show. Oops. There we go. That was already showing. Maybe you want company revenue to show as well. Then you can show that there. And if you want to edit these, then you can just click on the 3 dots and you can edit the name. You can pin it. If you want that to be the pinned view, you can add it to favorites, even duplicate this, or sharing and permission, get the link to share this particular view as well. Now, if this is your main list and you want it pinned, then you can pin this list, and so then that'll be the first list that people see when they come in. You can add it to favorites, and we'll call this the CRM main list. And if I save to favorites, then it's going to show up over here as CRM main list right here for me in my favorites. Okay, so then it's now split out because this is pinned. It's split it out from the other list. So again, this is the account details. So maybe you don't want it to be split out this way. If that's the case, then you can delete this view or whatever. Or you can add a new view if there's something else. So if you want to add a new view, we can add a new view, and then maybe you want to group it by priority. And we save, and then let's say we want to rename this list to we want to priority. We want to list it by priority. Then we can call it priority, and now we have an additional list to keep those things organized for us. Then the other view that comes, and again, I just want to reiterate that we are in the the folder view, or we're at the folder level. So when you set these views and it is applied to the folder level, and then we'll have to set the same things at the list level. Okay, so what they've included here is a calendar view, and they've included the schedule plus a calendar. Now, again, you can delete some of these views or you can keep them. With the schedule, they've just included some more details over here as far as the priority, what the plan is, the opportunity, and so you can keep it this way, or you can change it. Now, for the calendar view, they just have the name of whoever the client is. They've also included some other views, so the Gantt view, the timeline view, workload, and table. If you prefer to see things in that way, then you can do that. You can use that view as well. Now, they've included a doc to support just going over different elements of the sales process. And what I recommend doing is reading over this, but what I would recommend doing is making this your personal, apply to your business. So whatever your process looks like as far as your sales process, you'll want to update this. I personally don't recommend keeping SOPs and things like that in ClickUp. I prefer to have them in Google Drive, so in a Google Doc, and then embedding the Google Doc in the view. So if you click on View and you go to Embed, you can embed a Google Doc here with the link from the Google Doc, and then it'll show up as a doc right inside of there, and you can edit it in real time. So I recommend doing that, but you could use this as a place to start. And then the other thing I would include in this, along with the elements that are in here are links to whatever you're using for contracts or any template emails that you might have. I would include links to that so that it's easy to find those things. But I think this is a great place to start, and you can edit this right inside of here. Okay, so now let's go down to the list level. So down at the list level, they have accounts and opportunities. And if we want to see all of the statuses, I prefer to see all the statuses. And then how you would move this through is, let's say we had Safeway's the qualified prospect. We'd go ahead and move them there. Let's say this Molly Stones, we have a demo set up. We would move that there, and then we might add a custom field to tell us when that demo is set, so we can add some contact information. So maybe we add contact, and maybe we add the contact email, and next step date. So maybe we include those here, so then we can see and we can schedule the next step date, which is, let's say it is today. So I use this as a free account, and I've exceeded my custom field, so I need to upgrade in order to do that. But I want to do all of the templates and everything with the free account, so you can see that. And all it would come down to is me needing to go through some of my other things and deleting those custom fields that I've used. So again, you would just edit this. Next steps, you can again edit this. This is a text field. Contact is a text field. Email, text. So to edit it, you can just type in it. You can also copy it or remove email if you need to do that. And then once you come down here, if you're going to send, let's say, Trader Joe's, we've sent the proposal, so you would move it to proposal. And again, if these statuses are different than what you typically use in your business, you can edit the list statuses by clicking on the three dots, go to list statuses, and then this is you pulling from the folder statuses, so you can either use that, or you could customize and create your own. And then you just type in here, this is a not started status. If you don't have this set up, it's a ClickUp that you would set, you would turn on so that you could have a not started status. I like that because it's essentially not seen as an active status, so it's not showing up as like overdue or anything like that. And then you have active statuses. Done statuses are like they're done, but you're maybe waiting on something, but you don't want it to show up as overdue. Then they can live there. Or if they have dependencies, something like that. Now, if you have a task with a dependency, when you move it to done, then that subtask will still be active unless it's moved to a done status, and then you have complete. But for now, I'm just going to leave it how it is. But if you wanted to edit it, you could edit these and change them to whatever you want to see. So we didn't see the closed one, and that is what we want to do, is show closed tasks. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this view, and then I'm going to move these and say, okay, we've won those, so I want to move them down to closed one. And then what I'll do is go back over here to the folder level, and we had that closed deals, and see it popped up there what we've closed, and it showed payment type, the opportunity, and when it was due, payment status. I'm not going to be able to add that because of I hit the limit for the custom fields. Before I make another video, I need to delete those. But then you can show like what if they've paid, if they haven't paid. So this is sent request, quote sent, pending, payment received, and you can edit those or keep them. So that's how you would move your contacts through there. One thing I do, and it doesn't show it in here, but I actually have in our CRM, and I have a video on it. I did another video on our actual CRM, which is slightly different than what the ClickUp template shows, but this is still a great one, a great template. So if you haven't seen that video, you might want to check that out. But one thing I added is I have a list of our current clients. So I have like prospects, and then I have current clients, and in there, that's where we manage like invoices that are coming up and any next steps or offboarding. We do it there. So we actually and onboarding. So this is a great place to just manage, you know, specific contacts. And then another thing that you can do is add notes. So as you're on calls with the person, you're taking notes, you can either take notes here, or you could create a doc. You could do a new doc here, and maybe this is, you know, call notes for Piazza's Fine Foods or something like that. And then you could put the date of the call. So call date is 2/14, and then, you know, take notes on whatever the call is. So then you can leave it attached to here, to this task as you get on calls with them, as you go through the sales process, you can keep up with notes and things like that. So again, I think this is a really great template. I think it's a great place to start if you're not sure how to organize contacts or prospects in ClickUp. This is a great place to get started. And I'll also put the link to the other CRM video I did, so you could check that out as well. Again, my name is Amelie. I'm with Systematic Excellence Consulting. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to address them. And make sure you subscribe to check out our future videos. Thank you so much.